Bogo, it's PSM Makassar versus Beckham Indo. Officials for this match will be the All Jordanian pair, or All Jordanian lineup. Faisal Al Ali is the man in the middle, with support from Mohamed Taha, Abed Al Rahman, and Mohamed Hassan Mahmoud. All have been regulars on the AFC Cup and AFC Champions League circuit. It's a sparse crowd, as you would expect. Makassar's home stadium can be a very intimidating place to play, but AFC not deeming it good enough for this competition, hence the neutral, in inverted commas, stadium. So we're all just about set. This is the lineup for Makassar, and it's a fairly attacking lineup. We've got the likes of Markkanen leading the line. Mohamed Rahmat comes in on the left-hand side. I'm looking forward to see how Pyum plays. The experienced Benny Wahadi comes in centre into the back four alongside Abdul Rahman, alongside Aznawi. Coach Kalazic has got plenty of firepower on the bench as well, with Guy Jr. key amongst that particular group. 1-0 down from the first leg. It is interesting, the concession of an away goal makes it that much more difficult, so it's a fine balance about whether you really go for it or you just sit back a little bit. Confirmation of Faisal from Jordan, he's the man in the middle. Mahmoud Taha and Abed Al Rahman alongside him, the fourth official. And the man in the middle is Mohamed Hassan Mahmoud. There's the Bogo Stadium. As you can see, the car park is pretty empty, which suggests it's not the biggest crowd. But there's plenty of experience in this Bindwang side. You look at the likes of Anduk, who will lead the line. You look at the likes of Latantai, 35 years of age now, but they'll still be prompting from midfield. Ali Rabo will make sure things are strong defensively. Tien Lin will provide zest down the right-hand side of the attack. And the likes of Victor Mansouré and Wanda Lewis will provide support for Anduk. An away goal for them. And it becomes really difficult for Makassar.
Đây là trận đấu của hai câu lạc bộ của Bình Dương và câu lạc bộ PSM của Indonesia.
Once before, that was just last week, the 1-0 victory for Bindwang. It was a hard-earned victory, a late goal.
Huấn luyện viên bên câu lạc bộ của Indonesia là
on the pitch at the time.
huấn luyện viên của Châu.
Và để tạm gác lại những giây phút căng thẳng ở trong trận thi đấu này, chúng tôi xin được trân trọng giới thiệu đến các bạn fp88vn.com là trang nhà cái đến từ châu Âu, có kèo ăn cao nhất hiện nay và đang được đông đảo anh em hâm mộ bóng đá tại Việt Nam lựa chọn để tham gia. fp88vn.com đảm bảo uy tín cho anh em nạp và rút tiền trực tiếp qua thẻ ngân hàng chỉ trong vòng 5 đến 10 phút mà thôi. Hãy nhanh tay tham dự tại fp88vn.com.
And the likes of Rizky Pello and Rashid Bakri alongside Mark Clock in the heart
Đây là
of
thủ
midfield.
môn của đội câu lạc bộ PSM.
Just about to get underway. 1-0 from the first leg. And joined in the commentary box by former Malaysia international.
Thì câu lạc bộ của Indonesia sẽ ở về phần sân bên phía tay trái mà mình của các bạn và câu lạc bộ PSM Bình Dương sẽ phải.
Yeah, I think if we look at that first game, even though they travelled away, I know.
Đây là trận bán kết cấp câu lạc bộ khu vực Đông Nam Á các bạn.
I thought he was the star player in that game as well.
Mình nhầm các bạn ơi. Câu lạc bộ của Indo là bên phía tay phải, còn PSM Bình Dương của mình là bên phía tay trái. Và bên phía PSM sẽ
possession of the ball. I did not see a lot of chances created. It was a really good goal, the goal they scored. Diagonal ball, far post header. But besides that, not many chances that could have separated the teams.
Sắp đây thời gian bắt đầu.
Just about set to go. The countdown is on, as is the AFC way these days.
5, 4,
Ban tổ chức đang đếm thời gian bắt đầu trận đấu.
And this ASEAN Zone semi-final second leg is underway. It'll Markkanen. Well, a false start already. So keen to get the countdown going. There was a delay in the play, so
sẽ giao bóng lại. Nướng gì rồi.
Not really sure how you can get the modern kick-off wrong, but we have somehow. Long ball being played in, and Hotantai right back. He's got an interesting match against Mohamed Rahmat, who will be coming in as a direct left winger.
PSM Bình Dương mặc áo màu xanh nha, hay là hồng tấn tài.
Run at the defenders.
Còn cái đội PSM sẽ mặc áo màu đỏ sẫm.
Onduk will be the target. A little bit of hesitance in coming out there by Rifki, and it was dealt with by Aaron Evans. The big Aussie having a little look back at his goalkeeper. He wants his goalkeeper to be just a little bit more.
Đây là cái trận đấu lượt về. Lượt đi thì câu lạc bộ PSM Bình Dương đã giành chiến thắng 1-0. Còn đây là lượt về trên sân của PSM. Nếu mà trận đấu này Bình Dương giành chiến thắng thì sẽ vô chung kết.
Right hand side will be Asnawi. Tried to drive forward, loses out. Pitch looks in very good condition.
Và phản công cho các cầu thủ Bình Dương.
Mansoret. American qualified Victor Mansoret. Needs to hog that left touchline.
Do là hình ảnh nó hơi mờ nên mình không có nhìn rõ cầu thủ nữa. Không nhìn rõ được hết cầu thủ.
Still Mansoret, and eventually the corner comes in from Abdul Rahman, but he's run almost from halfway there and taken on player after player after player.
Sẽ có phạt góc cho các cầu thủ Bình Dương.
Very well organised as Tantai wraps that in, and it's just put wide at the near post.
Well, positive start from the away side, purely through physicality, through Mansoret, who certainly that's one of his assets of his game. Just holds the ball really well, and if you give him space to move, he will move.
Rifki goes short. Asnawi.
Trong đội hình của PSM Bình Dương thì cũng có rất là nhiều tuyển thủ quốc gia, ví dụ như là Nguyễn Anh Đức, đạo Nguyễn Anh Đức, hay là Hồ Tấn Tài, Nguyễn Tiến Linh.
Clock will want it into his feet, so will certainly Markkanen, and he's done well as the Finn Markkanen. Lovely ball.
Phản công cho các cầu thủ PSM.
Looks to take on his player, Rahmat. Good blocking from Hotantai, who picked out from the first leg. An important contribution from the fullback there.
Yeah, it's key 1v1 in that situation, Rahmat. If he does get that ball in, always know that that's going to be difficult for the defenders. But that's positive from the winger as well. When he's facing that situation, he wants to take on plays, he wants to get down the byline, wants to put in crosses. Hotantai will be up for a match tonight.
Rojan Bloem takes it short. Dutchman hoiks it in. It's a big man to have marauding down the flanks is Bloem. Belted along by Duk Kwong. Looks for Onduk. Dispossessed by the hard-working Rashid Bakri. Evans. Skipello. Mansoret once again drives forward. From Victor Mansoret. Just a little bit too far there ahead of Wanda Lewis. Wanda Lewis and Onduk, they are powerful players. Mansoret behind them as well, so plenty for Makassar to watch out for. You mentioned if Makassar score early, it'll give us a real game, but if the away side score early, changes everything.
Công cho cầu thủ PSM rất nguy hiểm.
Markkanen couldn't get there. Good defending from Tan Long. Mansoret once again. Tan Long comes out to Ho Tan Tai. Into his namesake, Lượt Tai, but a little bit tight. There's Mark Clock.
I think it's really, really positive from the away side. I think how they've come about it. Let's go and get that away goal, because they expect Makassar, as most Indonesian sides, when they play at home, they do come out in the first 30-40 minutes really gung-ho at times, at the risk of conceding. That's what they can afford. You rightly pointed it out. If they do score becoming Binh Duong, then that's a problem, because they've got to score 3 goals then that's a tough ask. So clearly they're going out trying to get an early goal, but they've got to watch out of not conceding, because all that energy, all that they're putting in right now could all go to pear-shape very quick.
Tien Lin. Ho Tan Tai. 3 in the penalty area. Tien Lin just over him. The flake takes it away from everybody. This is Lượt Tai. Faces Asnawi. Tan Tai, bags of experience, can use his left foot, as he does there, gets the cross in, cleared by Abdul Rahman.
Bạn không cho cái hú PSM.
And he can get his legs open. That's wonderful defending, superbly done in there by Trung Hoi. And Tan Thao. Looked like it almost stopped there. Trung Hoi. Back to Ali Rabo. Lượt Tai. He'll just keep the ball moving in the heart of midfield. In his early days, a very good Vietnam side that made it through to the latter stages of the Asian Cup. Tan Tai was a dynamic midfielder, now a little bit more settled as Wanda Lewis tries the long-range effort. No problems for the veteran goalkeeper, Rifki Makadompit. Abdul Rahman, one of those who's got a handful of full international caps to his name. Big 6'3" centre-back. Aaron Evans. Abdul Rahman, if he looks to his right, he's got Benny Wayudi. Instead he goes long, looks for Hero Markkanen. I think he'd like the ball into his feet rather than having to run into the channels, the big fin. Lượt Tai. Goes into space, lovely ball, Wanda Lewis, strong goal, Wanda Lewis. Terrific tackle. How good is that from Abdul Rahman?
Yeah, I think Wanda Lewis just kind of slowed down. There you go. Just a little bit right after he got his first touch. You expect him to accelerate. Abdul Rahman, timely tackle. As soon as he saw there's no turn of pace from Wanda Lewis, timed his tackle to perfection. How important is that?
Ploying. Markkanen wanted the early ball in. It comes in. Looks for Markkanen. Good gong. He's out. The goalkeeper will have to be very aware. The high ball into the penalty area, rudimentary though it is, could be a very effective tactic. Because neither Ali Rabo nor Tan Long are big men in the traditional centre-half standards. But Hero Markkanen, the Finn, certainly is. There is Rabo, Burkina Faso player. Long ball again. Looks for. Time it was Wanda Lewis once again getting the better of Abdul Rahman, who's looking a little bit ponderous against the pace of Wanda Lewis.
Yeah, he's always on the back foot, isn't it? I think the key here is on transition. Whenever they have to transition from attack to defense, it's been poor from Makassar. You can't afford that, because again, that away goal could be very, very, very deadly for Makassar.
Here's Clock. He'll want to play the ball. He's the heartbeat of this Makassar side. Yudi couldn't control the pass played into him. Clock very, very tight on Onduk. It's well won back by Tien Lin. Tan Tai closed down, cleared eventually by Tan Long. Terrific match yesterday between Ceres Negros and Hanoi. Ceres trying to play out from the back on more than one occasion. They fell victim to being caught in possession. It was a sloppy goal they conceded in a 2-1 defeat as Benny Wayudi comes forward. Lovely ball in from Wayudi. That wins a corner kick, 10 minutes gone. The main chances have gone on the breakaway to Bindwong. The Tantai has just conceded that corner as they were looking for Rahmat. Bindwong qualified for this from a group that included Tampines Rovers and Home United, two Singaporean sides. Market in the target. Ali Rabo is the man who gets there. Rashid Bakri. Clock was short. Aznawi. Clock again just demands possession, very deep. Between the two centre-backs. Nothing really on. Has to come out to Aznawi. It's played in to Markkanen. Markkanen, nice return pass. Ali Rabo with the clearance. Evans' header. Duck put him off. Wanda Lewis couldn't find him. Knocked up by Aznawi. Striding forward was Clock. On the breakaway, Tian Lin. Still Tian Lin. It's for the give and go, and well, it's hooked clear, not in convincing fashion, but a clearance nonetheless by Evans.
The key here is what Bindon has come out to do in this first 15 minutes. Just try and hit on the break, and they've done it really well. They've tried to press in certain areas in the middle of the middle third, and every time they get the ball, the first pass is going forward. Lulu is just making himself an option at the moment, not at his full pace, but he's moving in good areas. He's being an option, and still causing a lot of trouble for the Makassar defenders.
Posted forward, easy for Rabo. That makes Bindwong second in their group, behind Ceres Negros, ahead of Persija Jakarta and Shan United, qualified as one of the best, or as the best second-place team. For Makassar, unbeaten in their 6 matches against Home United, Lao Toyota, and Kaya from the Philippines. Referee's paid a good advantage there. Mohamed Rahmat, once again a chance to run at the defenders. Ali Rabo just gets in there as Markkanen was bundled off the ball. Breaks out to Rizky Pellu. Viljan. Tries to curl one, lands on the top of the crossbar. Dukwong was scrambling. Gets it onto the so-called weaker left foot, and that's a nice idea. And certainly Dukwong was not sure that wasn't going to drop over the crossbar.
Chúng tôi xin trân trọng giới thiệu với anh em một website rất uy tín, đó chính là fp88vn.com. Hiện tại đang có chương trình khuyến mãi lên đến 2 triệu đồng dành cho thành viên mới, hoàn toàn hợp pháp và an toàn. Hãy đăng ký tài khoản ngay tại fp88vn.com để nhận được ưu đãi nhé.
Big man, quick feet. Rahman helping it out. This is Aznawi. Lovely ball down the channels. Again looking for Aznawi. It was Rizky Pellu who'd made the run into that little channel.
Well, at times that's what you need. I think what Rizky Pellu realized is they were trying to force a trap. Bindong, the front four was just getting the centre back into an area where he was going to play to Asnawi, but then Rizky Pelu sits quite deep, just made that run forward. That's why that turned out to be a beautiful pass. So far, with possession, Makassar has done really well. Certainly what worries them is when they don't have possession. When they need to defend, they still look really opened up.
Well, Mark Klock's been given the decision there. Johan Duck thinks that he was the one who was pulled away, and well, from that angle it looked like he's a little bit hard done by on Duck. Jordanian match official Ahmed Faisal, though, adamant it should go to the home side. Possessional stats just about even in this opening 15.5 minutes. Evans, Tantai, Tianlin. Loose pass only falls to Asnawi. The fullback drives forward. Bojan acknowledges that he should have been on the move, a little bit on his heels. Tantai. Finds Mansouré. It's a little move inside Latantai. Neat and tidy, as are many Vietnamese sides. This is Ho Tantai. 2 in the penalty area. If he can get the cross in, decides to just drop it back for Onduk. Onduk straight into the body of Rashid Bakri. Referee has decided there's a free kick there and a yellow card for Trong Hoi. Late tackle on Klock. He does offload the ball very quickly, but now there's a bit of a tightrope there for Trong Hoi because he's the defensive enforcer.
Yeah, I think, well, the referee could have not given, and he has given, rightly so, to his right. He's got to be consistent after this, because we'll probably see worse fouls not given for a yellow card, then that's where consistency will be questioned.
Mansouré back to Trong Hoi. Vietnamese team played with 10 men for much of the second half in the first leg. Still managed to work it out okay. Trong Hoi picks up the yellow card. Mansouré wheeling his arms. He's saying to Tan Tao, you get forward, my friend. Tan Tao goes forward and then drops back to the Burkina Faso born Ali Rabo. Long ball on Duck. Holds it up well. Fighting a losing battle on Duck. And again, he's penalised, and again on Duck is, sorry, Wanda Lewis it is on that occasion. Not quite sure what he's done wrong. Lewis has got himself 4 goals in this AFC Cup campaign. He and Mansouré share the bulk of the scoring amongst them. They've got 7 of the tallies. Markram with 5, Klock with 3, and Ploym 2. Show just how much the Indonesian side rely on their foreign players. When is that over-reliance on the foreign players going to stop in Asia, Stan?
I think if you look at the J League and the K League, where we always have this discussion of how they don't really rely. I think if you go back to the early 90s or the mid-90s when they introduced Zico, they brought in Dunga, they were still not all reliant on these players because they had a way of playing. The club had identity, the club had cultures, and they built towards that, and they always brought good pros. China, on the other hand, maybe started off with all the big names, and eventually they'll come around that. It will take a little time before players start getting better, but it all starts at the younger age group when players are strong with their own quality and knowledge of the game, understanding of the game. When that gets better, that's when you start the question of when will that stop.
Klock has to go back to his goalkeeper, who's not so certain on his left foot, helped out by Evans. Pushes it forward, and A firm challenge coming on Tan Long. You'll know he's been in a game against Eero Markkanen, Tan Long. Markkanen not afraid to lead with the body. Rakhmat. Markkanen inside. There is Markkanen. First touch. Runs the ball out of play some 20 yards away from where the touch took place.
Yeah, I think Rakhmat drilled that ball right into him. Was a little bit behind as well. I mean, good point you brought up about Mansouri and Wonder Lewis. I think the key of how that works is sometimes you just put a heat map on how deep Mansouri starts his play. Because he's got that little prowess in him, he sometimes fools defenders because he looks like this big lump of a striker, but he's actually quite quick. He likes to get in between fullbacks, plays little 1-2s, then makes his sprint into good areas. He's got a bit of a pass in him. That really helps out Wonder Lewis, because I don't think Wonder Lewis is as creative as him. He's more of a goal scorer. So Mansouri plays a huge role in this side than Wonder Lewis, who's obviously scored more goals. So Makassar can do a job on Mansouri, then perhaps they'll have a better chance.
But that managed shot there on Duck, he knows where the back of the net is as well. Hotan Tai just wrestled to the ground by Rashid Bakri. He'll scamper after the ball, he'll just try to nip possession, feed the ball into clock to try and feed the main strikers. Evans was tight on Wonder Lewis. A little bit of movement from Wonder Lewis. Good strong tackle from Benny Wayudi. Under pressure, couldn't hold him to it. Wonder Lewis. Time tackle by Evans. Pluim. Asnawi outside of him. Asnawi is surely blocked off, indeed he is, by Tan Tao. It was a simple push and run, and Tan Tao knew he'd been beaten off as his apologies. And is going to be let off by the referee. It's a little bit cynical, that stand.
Yeah, again, I just come back to that early yellow card. He's got to be consistent. The referee sometimes just got to think about the progress of the game and how it's going to pan out and over 90 minutes, because this is more harsh, because there's an elbow out there. It's clearly there's no intention to win the ball. More cynical than the last one. Not a yellow card.
Pluim dinks it in, and the header comes in from one of the smaller men on the pitch, Risky Pelou. He got himself in a little bit of space. Wiljan Plum. Lovely ball in by the Dutchman.
Yeah, absolutely spot on, because I think Ali Rabo had two men on him. He should have organised it. Should have got one of his teammates closer. He should have taken the front man who's closer to goal. He's actually standing in between. He's allowed Risky Pelou to be ahead of him. Well done to Wiljan, because what he's done is he's drilled it straight. Only if Risky could have tried to get that underneath the crossbar.
Well, that's a thump into the back of the head, and once again it's the left back Tan Tao. That is definitely leading with the arm. Rakhmat beaten by Hotan Tai. Lots of little niggly fouls. A little bit of nonsense there. Indonesian temper coming to the fore from Risky Pelou. Now he's settled down. The referee will just want to calm it down. On Duck coming in as peacemaker, I think. And there's the first foul from Rakhmat, and then a foul from Risky. Lucky the ref was there in many ways.
Yeah, I think what he's done on that occasion is really good. He's brought players aside. He's been in between. always have a word with them and say, don't want any of this nonsense. There is. I'll be cutting you guys.
Rabo's long ball. Lewis, he's the man leading the line, and on duck. You can see him gesticulating in the middle of the pitch, saying, nothing straight like that. We've got width. Because there's two big centre-backs, Abdulrahman and Aaron Evans. They will be able to cope with the long, straight ball into Wanda Lewis.
Yeah, rightly so, because if you look at that first 25 minutes which we are witnessing at the moment, the best players come down the left-hand side through Mansare playing through the right-hand side.
Here's Markkanen, the Finn, dispossessed by Tontau. The Tantai dispossessed himself. Pluim gets the cross in, nearly breaks the Rakhmat. Toe poke clear by Tianlin. Now here's Mansare. We've seen him on the charge, faced by Asnawi. Le Tantai. Love how always available the experienced Vietnamese international is. Tan Long onto Ali Rabo. Tantai demanding the ball.
Well, Markkanen's been growing into the game. I think he found himself in a bit of a cul-de-sac in the first 20 minutes. He was running into the Binh Duong defense. He was trying to find the right runs, the right space to be an option. Now you could see him just working down the channels because he's not been getting the ball in between the centre-backs.
Tantau driving forward. Abdulrahman just steps in. Loose pass, just too far ahead of Pluim. Onto the other side of Ho Tan Tai. Two in the penalty area, one of whom was Wanda Lewis. He made a forward move, the ball's gone beyond him, but his movement is concerning Abdulrahman.
Well, that's always positive for the offensive side. It means he's moving in the right areas. At the moment, there is some sort of communication between Evans and Abdulrahman. Been caught out a couple of times. I think the biggest problem at the moment is still Mansare. When he runs from deep, and they've got to watch the run of Wanda Lewis.
Tantai did well to win the ball back, and then he's first to react again. Tantai looking to prompt and prod inside. Wanda Lewis, Tantai. Good defending from Rashid Bakri. I'm enjoying the work in the middle of the park by Le Tantai. Mohamed Rakhmat. Wayudi.
Chúng tôi xin trân trọng giới thiệu với anh em một website rất uy tín, đó chính là fp88vn.com. Hiện tại đang có chương trình khuyến mãi lên đến 2 triệu đồng dành cho thành viên mới, hoàn toàn hợp pháp và an toàn. Hãy đăng ký tài khoản ngay tại fp88vn.com để nhận được ưu đãi nhé.
Tan Long has managed Markkanen really well, so I think every time Markkanen actually tries to spread them apart, like just running into the channels, he's actually doing it for the team. Someone can get into that space. But whenever Wiljan and Markkanen tries to combine direct, it has been dealt really well by Binh Duong defense.
Tantai. Mansare. Ho Tantai. Space in the middle. It's just over Tianlin. It'll break out to Onduk. A little knock there for Pluim. Referee standing right by there. I'm not quite sure. Maybe there was a little knee into his thigh, but he's gone down with a dead leg. He's not at all happy, Wiljan Pluim.
Yeah, it's a knee nudge. Rightly so, it's not a foul. I think it was a fair challenge. The ball was 50-50, as you can see. Not much in there. It's a contact spot.
And Song Hui it was. if there was any deliberate intent, he needs to be careful because he's on a yellow card.
Well, just coming back to that prior attack, that's exactly what Bình Dương did really well in the first game. Tan Tai timed his run, just holding his run, does not make that run early, and when he makes that run late, it's really hard to be defended, and then he's got a cross in him. And I thought Indo moved a bit too early. I thought that cross was measured. If he had moved a bit later, he could have got onto the end of that cross.
There's not a lot in there, is there? It's a bit of an over-exaggeration by the big Dutchman. And he carries on the cameo. Certainly not impressed. Maybe it's just one of those right on the side of the knee, which can be painful. Seeing it from a distance and experiencing it, though, are two very, very different matters. Makassar will want to make sure it's not big, and that was an interesting one. Ball, yes, given back, but in a more difficult throw-in position than when it was given to them by Bình Dương. I think that tells you what Wanda Lewis thought about the incident. Going back in the game. Markkanen. Tan Tai just helps it forward. Onduk. Tan Tai. Two mainstays of the national team for the best part of a decade, those two. New generation, not part of it, but still very, very significant contributors to the work for Bình Dương. Tao. Today, Tan Tai. Onduk gets under the ball. Sorry, Wanda Lewis gets under the ball. Onduk was at the back post as well, and that must go down as a huge standstamp.
Yeah, just love how agile Mansour is. He's twisting in and out, and then creates that little space for Tan Tai to come really late, and then he measures across again. Again, just putting it in between two maroon shirts. Wanda Lewis perhaps reacting a bit late. His timing was off. That's why he got underneath the ball more than getting above the ball.
Abdurrahman's clearance. Will employ him. Rahmat. Flag is up for offside against Mohamed Rahmat.
I like the movement of Markkanen here just to make space for Rahmat. I think was onside. Because
the camera angle's not quite square for us here. I'm going to give the assistant the benefit of the doubt.
But that's what you need from Markkanen. That's a movement which is very clever, because he knew that ball was going to be treated to Rahmat. So he just makes a run cross, tracks two defenders, attracts them to a space, to give that space to Rahmat.
Referee plays an advantage. Pluim was trying to play in Rahmat again. And because there was no advantage accruing, there's going to be a yellow card for Tan Tai. Once again, it's our friend Rashid Bakri who's in the middle of it. Yeah, he's just caught him with his arm. Referees played an advantage. Stan's not particularly impressed that a yellow card has been given there. But a yellow card has been given against Latantai, so both Bindwang central midfielders now on yellow, Stan.
Yeah, completely disagree with the ref on that yellow card. Well, he could give it as a foul purely because he thinks it's dangerous, but that's not a yellow card. Players are not allowed to protect themselves with the ball.
Evans attempted ball into Benny Wayudi, who was quick once. I don't think he was ever quick enough to pick up that, but it's been a short performance by Benny Wayudi. Good man to come in on the left-hand side of the defence. Tan Long back to his goalkeeper, Duc Kong. It remains goalless here in Bogor, the designated home stadium for PSM Makassar in the AFC Cup. Not allowed to play on their own island. Abdul Rahman. Bloim. Tantai gets away from Wiljan Bloim. Up for by the other Tantai. And Tien Lin just pokes it wide. Now I've got a question for you here, Stan, about the goalkeeper coming out with studs up like that. The ball's gone wide, goal kick has been given. Is that the right decision?
It's the wrong decision, absolutely. Because look at the first touch from Tien Lin. Cleverly run, picked up beautifully by O Tantai. There you go, first touch, under control, sticking him out. He's nowhere near the ball, he's completely missed the ball. It's a yellow card and it should be a penalty. How's the referee missed it? How's the linesman missed it? Absolutely the wrong decision.
Anywhere else on the pitch, and that is a clear result. And Tien Lin is hurt because he has been taken out.
Absolutely, and it could be a serious injury as well. I've been in that situation many times. And most times, you get a foul for it. This is where consistency is so important for the man in the middle, man in charge. He's given 2 yellow cards where a player trying to protect the ball, maybe a foul, and at most.
Here's the first touch, then the ball is away.
Absolutely the wrong decision. I don't know how the linesman's not helped him, because the linesman has a clear vision of if the goalkeeper, and look, sometimes what referee's got to do is just look into the faces of these players who made a foul. You look at Rifki's face, he'll tell you a story, because he was shocked that wasn't a foul. He knows he's done a blunder.
Looks worse. Each angle you look at it.
And he's also malicious, because as you pointed out rightly so, there you go. A little bit of start-up as well on his right. He's taken out Tien Lin completely, not knowing where the ball is about. His goalkeeper coach has to have a word with him, because he has his eyes on the ball as well.
Well, they've got away with it. It remains goalless. Rahmat. Every ball onto the far post was looking for the hard-running Rashid Bakri. Mansouré has done well, I think, maybe at the concession of a corner.
Yeah, he runs really late. Gives a problem to Asnawi.
And the goal kick has been given. Not many chances in this half. I can't think of a save that Duc Yong has had to make. Makassar in need of a goal. Evans hoists it high, looks for Markkanen. Markkanen, lovely first touch. And Rahmat was running away from the ball as Markkanen was trying to play it into his feet. Mansouré. Determined defending by Asnawi. It is a clear foul, but I love the determination of Asnawi, who's giving maybe 3 or 4 stone. What's that? That's 20 kilos or so to Victor Mansoret.
Yeah, I think he's just got to be consistent in the way he's defended against Mansoret, because at times he's figured him out, at times he's allowed him to get into the right spaces. I think that's fantastic, because what Mansoret does from that position, if you give him space, he starts to create, and then he makes that forward run. He brings players into the game. He's absolutely key to helping Duong. So if they can figure him out, they've got a chance here.
Abdul Rahman and Wanda Lewis, the latest come. It's getting a little bit sticky and awkward. I'm not sure who this plays into the hands of. Wanda Lewis with the slightest of little elbows into Abdul Rahman. I was fully expecting Abdul Rahman to go right through the back there of Wanda Lewis, but credit to the Indonesian, he didn't. It's helped forward by Tan Long. Evans' header. Wayudi. Decent ball from Wayudi. Goalkeeper at the second attempt gets there. Once again, it's good work from Rashid Bakri. All kinds of complaints coming in from PSM Makassar players. Assistant referee is going to have to come into play here. Match referee.
Well, the Jordanians certainly got a match, because that's a clear handball, and that's a clear pen. Now, he's missed 2 penalties. As he tried to equal it, I don't know. But that's him using his hand to guide the ball towards where he wants the ball to be, knowing that he's had a loose touch.
Tan Tao it is. Mansoret did well. Tien Lin. He's had the best chance of perhaps of the game. That's curled wide. Decent effort coming in from Onduk. Possibly had more time and space than he realised there.
Again, you just look as he was trying to make that shot, look at what Tien Lin is doing. Always making that forward run. That's how he scored that first, or the only goal of the last game in the first leg, purely because you can't track runners like that. That's purely him putting in some work and wanting to get in good offensive position.
Tan Long's been decent. 1 or 2 worries for Coach Kalazic.
Nếu như các bạn vẫn còn đang loay hoay chưa biết mình sẽ đặt cược cho hai đội bóng tại đâu, thì chúng tôi xin trân trọng giới thiệu với các bạn fp88vn.com. Đây là một trong những nhà cái uy tín hàng đầu và đứng top tại diễn đàn đặt cược châu Á Asian Bookie. Các bạn có thể yên tâm đặt cược tại đây. Hãy truy cập ngay và đừng bỏ lỡ cơ hội.
Put it wide, and that is twice now he's been through on goal, and twice he's been unable to make the goalkeeper work.
Yeah, I think it was a very tough angle. It was a bit acute as well. And then from that distance, from that angle, usually you pick accuracy over power first. But he's gone for power over accuracy, and it's always going to go wide.
Wanda Lewis again. And Time Evans with the clearance. It's been a bitty first half with an expectation this is going to spice up quite a bit, because there's 1 or 2 personal little jewels there. The aggro has rather overshadowed everything else, just moving the ball away there. It's the horrible little things that annoy players from both sides. The Tantai doesn't react. He's been there, seen it. Banduk, Wanda Lewis, Tianlin, Mansaray. They're the 4 targets. Banduk who gets the header, easily picked up by Rifki. Remains goalless, but 1-0 on aggregate. 3 minutes to add on at the end of this first 45.
Hiệp 1 có 3 phút bù giờ các bạn. Sau khi kết thúc hiệp 1 là mình sẽ ly chia thêm hiệp 2 đó. Lượt đi thì PSM Bình Dương đã chiến thắng với tỷ số 1-0. Lượt về này trên sân của Indo thì tỷ số vẫn là 0-0, nhưng lợi thế đang nghiêng về Bình Dương.
Box header. Markkanen first to react. So it's Plum first to react.
Well, I think both sides will go into the half. Both managers will be looking at this and saying they've got a goal in them. That's not good news for Makassar, because Bình Dương will believe that they've got a goal in them, and that will cause a lot of trouble for Makassar. As much as they've gone out, they've created enough, deserve a penalty. Both sides deserve to be at least 1-1 each, and that does not help the cause of Makassar if that happened. But here, defensively, Makassar's got to work harder. Bình Dương has got the upper hand. They'll be much happy going into this first 45 minutes. Clearly, they've got that little advantage of a goal. They also believe that they can get an away goal here, clearly.
Mansuray's given the ball away and then wins it and loses it again. And Tantai, he drives that forward. Wanda Lewis gives up the chase. A little bit of urgency from Aaron Evans. His goalkeeper Rifki will launch this one long. Picked up by Ali Rabo. It's a nice ball into Tianlin. I like Tianlin's work, 2 in the penalty area. He's won a corner right at the end of this first half. An opportunity maybe for Bình Dương to pick up that also important away goal. Makassar playing this home match in Bogor, which is a long way from home. But it is their designated home match. Need to make home advantage tell in this ASEAN Zone semi-final of the AFC Cup. Short Tantai. It's in. Beautiful header.
Vô 1-0 các bạn ơi. Vô rồi. 1-0 nha. Pha đánh đầu rất là hiểm hóc.
Celebrating as well. Yeah, it's Wanda Lewis who's got the header.
Tỷ số là 1-0. Một pha phạt góc và chuyền vô sâu rất là đánh đầu. Một pha chuyền bóng rất là chuẩn. Pha đánh đầu rất là hiểm hóc. Lên góc cao. Một hiệp 2 đấy các bạn. Hết hiệp 1 thì hai đội nghỉ ngơi và qua hiệp 2.
That's what you call top corner is, because he hits the top crossbar.
Hết hiệp 1 nha, còn hiệp 2.
Terrific header from Wanda Lewis, and it's the last action of a first half, and it's a significant action in this semi-final. Hanoi await the winners of this in the ASEAN Zone final at the moment.
Tổng tỷ số lượt đi lượt về nha. Còn bây giờ là lượt về là tỷ số đang là 1-0.
They lead by a goal to nil on the night with the away goal. It's 2-0 on aggregate. It means that when we come back after the break, Stanley Bernard Samuel, PSM Makassar need 3 goals to win.
Well, the only thing that can work for them now, they've got nothing to lose for the second half. They've got to come out, attack, be offensive.
Half time, it's PSM Makassar 0, Beckham X Bình Dương 1.
It takes more than skills. to set a Guinness World Record.
See those mountains? We are going up.
We're gonna need faster cards.
Will these rides stand a chance after major modifications? Find out in Record Rides, brand new series on Fox Sports 3.
When you see it at your front door, you are gonna want more.
If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow, kid.
You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me.
They're coming to each other! Can anyone dethrone the king? Wherever you look, there is action here tonight.
There's nothing that she can't do.
Wonderful shot. One of the best of her career.
You're gonna love me.
That is a fighter's fighter right there.
You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me.
That will make the crowd go wild.
See it at your front door. You are gonna want more.
If you don't love me now, you gon' love me tomorrow, kid.
You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me.
They're coming to each other! Can anyone dethrone the king? Wherever you look, there is action here tonight.
There's nothing that she can't do.
Wonderful shot. One of the best of her career.
You're gonna love me.
That is a fighter's fighter right there.
You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me.
That will make the crowd go wild.
Im Weserstadion jubeln 30.000 Werder in weißen Hemden, die Dortmunder in dunkleren Hemden mit geringelten Stutzen.
August 24th, 1963. Kickoff was at 5 o'clock.
Man spielt mit Tilkowski im Tor, Burgsmüller und Ziliaks in der Verteidigung, Korat, Geißler und Bracht in der Läuferreihe und Brunks, Sturm, Wosatz, Konietzka und Emmerich im Angriff.
Where was I when the goal went in? Munster. Everything was sold out or overflowing.
I was 18 at the time, a football-mad Dortmund fan. My father had been given a new watch because he'd been at a company for 10 years. He checked the watch and said the match had kicked off a minute early.
I think the first goal was just after kickoff.
Dortmund kicked off, and after 30 seconds, the ball came into the area, and there was our Timo.
Die Borussen hatten einen Blitzstart, gingen bereits nach 30 Sekunden durch ihren halblinken Nationalspieler Konietzka in Führung.
Konietzka, yes.
Borussia führte 1:0.
So Dortmund took the lead at 4:59, before the Bundesliga had officially begun. There aren't any documents. There are no photos or films of the goal. So it was a goal that wasn't caught on camera.
It was a shame for him. Someone could have recorded the first goal.
In the mid-60s, things got a bit contrary in our society, and it culminated in the 1968 generation. For me, there was only one team that was really moving with the times, and that was Borussia Mönchengladbach. And by that, I don't mean Borussia Mönchengladbach are a club, but as defined by the football rebel Günter Netzer.
Der überragende Netzer erzielte mit seinem Flachschuss das 4:1 für die Mönchengladbacher.
Everyone else, be they Dortmund or Bayern or any others you might mention, was still very conformist.
Die exponiert im Raum stehen, die sind meines Erachtens immer noch angepasst. Das sind immer noch
They still reflected the image of the peaceful young man,
friedlichen Jugend,
not the rebellious youth of the still young West Germany.
Nicht rebellischen Jugend der ganz jungen Bundesrepublik.
'63-64 was no surprise. Cologne.
They had the strongest team at the time.
64-65 had a Bremen.
They stuck at it. They had continuity.
A clean sheet. And the goal at the other end almost inevitably. They were surprise champions for me. 65-66, 1860 Munich. 1860 Munich was the best team in Germany at the time, you have to admit it. They had Radenkovic in goal, and we sent them Timo Konietzka.
A great team. And we all know that 1860 used
Và
to
chúng
be
ta
the
hãy
top
cùng đến
club
với
in
một
Munich.
vài phút quảng cáo cho fp88vn.com. Đây là trang nhà cái đến từ châu Âu có kèo ăn cao nhất hiện nay và đang được đông đảo anh em hâm mộ bóng đá tại Việt Nam lựa chọn để tham gia. fp88vn.com đảm bảo uy tín cho anh em nạp và rút tiền trực tiếp qua thẻ ngân hàng chỉ trong vòng 5 đến 10 phút mà thôi. Hãy nhanh tay tham dự tại fp88vn.com.
Yes, I'm still asked today how it was possible, but everyone knows that football is a team sport.
67-68, Max Merkel with Nürnberg.
We didn't think they'd be that strong.
Das ist ein Abschluss, was wir uns gewünscht haben, die Meisterschaft, und damit beginnt wieder ein neuer Abschnitt.
Merkel took that team to the title, and a year later, the Bundesliga champions Nürnberg were relegated. 68-69, Beckenbauer, Müller and Co.
That's right, that's when Bayern arrived.
They'd already won the European Cup in 1967, and it was only natural that 2 years later, with a team that was top class from the keeper to the left winger, they won the Bundesliga.
If the Bundesliga hadn't been founded in 1963, where would German football be now?
That's hard to say. Of course, it wouldn't have advanced as much as is the case today.
Well, West Germany wouldn't have reached the 1966 World Cup final, and certainly wouldn't have won the 1974 World Cup. And we wouldn't have seen the same progress in football here in our country, nor its growing influence in Europe and the world.
Manche Beobachter meinen sogar, es sei die einzige echte und lebendige Volkskultur, die es in unserer Industriegesellschaft gibt. Wir haben versucht, dieses Zeichen der Zeit von innen zu betrachten und einiges zu zeigen, was dem zahnenden Zuschauer gewöhnlich verborgen bleibt.
The Championships is always a colourful affair, with luscious green lawns.
Ready, play.
Stars in brilliant white attire.
Roger Federer!
Hitting purple patches.
Back at the top of the game.
To create golden moments that last forever.
Angelique Kerber, bravo, Djokovic.
These are the colours of Wimbledon, a tradition of greatness, live on the Fox Sports Network. The Wimbledon broadcast in partnership with Rolex.
A very warm welcome back to the Pakansari Stadium in Bogor. We are in Indonesia, but not on Makassar, the home venue for PSM Makassar. They are having to play their home away from home against Beckham-X Bindong, and they are trailing by 1-0 at half-time in the second leg of the ASEAN Zone AFC Cup semi-final. They trail 2-0 on aggregate and need 3 goals in this next 45 minutes if they are to progress to a date against Hanoi in the ASEAN Zone final. Stanley Bernard-Samuel is alongside me in the penalty area, and Makassar look like they're going to bring on Zulam Zamran, a winger, to try to improve their attacking potential in this second half. Stan, from what you've seen in the first 45 minutes, the PSM Makassar have a goal in them, never mind 3.
Well, I fear both sides have goals in them. And then Bindong went on to score that goal. Makassar certainly has goals in them. Clearly, they're going to go up with the change. You're seeing Rizky Pelu, who plays more deeper. Zambrun will provide more width, more pace. They're going to go gung-ho. They're going to go offensive. There's going to be goals in them. But do they show you enough that they're not going to concede the second half? They haven't shown me enough over the both legs. And I think Bindong, the way they've approached this game, if they sit a bit more defensive, they're going to invite Makassar. And I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to try and go out and attack on the break, on the transition, and they're good enough.
Hanoi await the winners of this semi-final. Jordanian referee Ahmed Faisal Al-Ali gets us underway. PSM Makassar in the all-maroon strip. They'll need an early goal if they are to make any kind of a difference. And Zamram is a good winger, good enough to maybe supply the ammunition for Eero Markkanen, the big striker in possession at the moment. Bakri Tries to get to the byline. Zamram has come on the left-hand side. So it's Mohamed Rahmat trying to get to the byline. He showed a couple of glimpses, certainly early on, that he's able to get down to the byline, provide the crosses. But there hasn't really been great service for Markenham from either Plum or Rahmat. Risky Pellu, it is the man who's come off, a hard-working midfielder. So it is very much an attacking change by Kalazic. Abdul Rahman's header. Guljan Plum. Plum looks for Markenham. Good turn from Markenham. And it's just poked clear by Tan Tao. As Rashid Bakri was trying to come in, just get a toe poke onto a lovely ball in by Markenham. Tan Tao has been hurt, but it's a terrific defensive contribution by the fullback.
Yeah, it was key, because you look at what Rashid Bakri does really well, is as soon as he sees an opportunity, he just makes that run. And again, I think that could have fallen anywhere, because I'm just looking at Rahman. If that could have just gone into his part, he would have just needed to tap it into an empty net, but it was a bit far away from him. But again, very positive signs. They need 3 goals here.
Rashid, they probably need an early goal. Plum, a little bit short. Goal scorer, Wanda Lewis, drives forward, and that will be a yellow card. No complaints about that. Wanda Lewis, brilliant header he scored in first half injury time. And as now he picks up a yellow. And as now he needs to be careful, because he's got to mark Victor Mansoret. Victor Mansoret caused him all kinds of problems in the first half. Another tackle like that and he will be off. Hits Mansoret. It was a lovely ball played in there by Latantai. Ali Rabo under pressure from Markenham. Held back by Tan Long, who's been very neat and tidy as the sweeper. Markenham closes down. Good Kwong. Ball played in, looking for Zamram. Hussein, he wants it to his feet. Zamram. Abdul Rahman getting the sharp tongue there from Zulam Zamram, who's another of those with a number of Indonesian caps to his name. So there is experience out there from Makassar. 1 goal, and they could just re-energize the effort. But they need that goal.
Well, it does help in the sense of how they're going to approach the balance of the match. But again, when it comes to defending probably the hardest part of football, you got to do it with a bit of intelligence. You've got to do it cohesively. At the moment, I think how Mansari and the rest are gone about on the counter-attack, they look really strong. You've got to give it to Bing Duong on how they're gone about on the transition.
Mansoret. Big, strong athlete, Mansoret. He's got the better of Aznawi. He's been determined in his defending. Mansoret into Tantai. Just gets it stuck under his foot. And that allows Benny Wayudi a chance to come through. On Duck. Thinks of the shot. On Duck, straight down the throat of Rifki. already beginning to look on the clock on behalf of PSM Makassar. 5 minutes have elapsed already. 3 goals in 40 minutes is the maths. Hutantai. Tan Long. Kwong just ease it forward. Picked up by Wiljan Plum. Onduk. Tantai. I was about to say Latantai rarely wastes a pass until he put that one out of play, but he's so influential in the heart of midfield. Plum. Zamrun. Inside of him is Aznawi. Plum. Zamrun. Wants it on his left foot. Plum. It has broken to Rahmat. And the effort when it comes is high and not too handsome from Beniwayudi.
Well, that's just really, really poor from such an experienced man in Beniwayudi. Because there was 2 chances here. First, I thought Rahmat could have tried to fasten his touch to put the ball in, because if you look at where Markkonen was, could have targeted that far post area. Not a bad idea after he was late, but then, by any standards, Beniwayudi, that's really poor, because that just kills 6 players in the box who perhaps have a chance if you put in the ball. I think in comparison to that midfielder, when you talk about Tien Lin and the rest, Anduk as well, I just think the comparison is they're more neat, they're more tidy, the positioning sense of how they just get back into a good formation in comparison to Makassar, who's a bit more wild.
Markkonen just breaking off as again, that's good defending. Tan Long doesn't dive in, times the tackle beautifully. Sorry, Markkonen was marauding towards goal there. Had to cut you off in your prime. Aznawi though with this throw-in. Markkonen's gets too much on that. That'll go out for a goal kick. They're going to give it a go.
Yeah, absolutely. What probably worries this man here is when they actually go out, they attack, and then on the transition, Bing Duong seems to be very disciplined to just try and play easy passes through Mansare, who makes powerful runs. In just comparison again, Makassar, they might be good enough to get a goal here, but just a bit wild, I would say, in where they defend. At times they just get into spaces.
Những diễn biến trên sân thật sự hấp dẫn phải không nào? Và nếu như các bạn vẫn còn đang phân vân suy nghĩ rằng khi tham gia fp88vn.com sẽ được gì thì đừng vội lo lắng, bởi fp88vn.com hiện đang có chương trình khuyến mãi lên đến 2 triệu đồng dành cho thành viên mới, hợp pháp và an toàn. Hãy truy cập ngay fp88vn.com để nhận được ưu đãi.
Good goalkeeping.
Yeah, good positioning. Clearly, right in the center of that 6-yard box. Anything in that 6-yard box, I'm in charge. Uses his body to cushion the ball as well. Goalkeeping.
Playing a lot deeper in this second half. Now Zamrun's got a chance to run. Zamrun looks for Markkonen. Best chance the Finns had.
Well, Mansari wasn't sure. Set it up beautifully for Zulam Zamrun. First involvement since he's come on. I thought that was a quality ball because he puts it ahead of Tan Long. Tan Long didn't know where Markkanen was. Markkanen should be putting that at the very minimum on target. Gets down, but then loses his bearings.
Nice footwork by Tan Tao. Tan Tai, to his namesake, Ho Tan Tai. Trong Khoi, the Tan Tai. Trong Khoi. He and Tien Lin just getting in each other's way a little bit, but they're other than that chance for Markkanen. They're defending pretty solidly are the men in blue from Vietnam. Mekamex Bin Duong. Going easily picked off there by Tan Tao. Wanda Lewis scored the goal. The flag stays down. Tien Lin looks for support, finds it with On Duc. Loose from On Duc, and the pace has gone out to the attack. Wanda Lewis. Tien Lin inside of him. Still Wanda Lewis. Tien Lin stands up to the far post. Tien Lin by that time was on the penalty spot. Wayudi.
Well, Makassar has just got lucky. I saw some defenders being caught on their heels, just having a jog back. Well, Tien Lin had the ball, perhaps could have played it through. Again, Tien Lin making that trademark run. No one tracked him. Poor first start because he would have been on through and goal.
Pluon. An inadvertent nutmeg. Tan Tai. Trying his desperate best to win the ball back. Pluon. Zamrun. Good run by Asnawi. Pulls it back, and Pluon just couldn't direct the left-footed attempt on target. Pressure's still on there. Ali Rabo's clearance. Rashid. Clock. Rashid. Well, you can see the intention, but sadly, Doni Wayude didn't read the intention. As encouragement, though, for Makassar.
Yeah, they've created two very good chances. Could have put one of them away at the very least. Markkanen at the end of both chances. What worries me again is back to square one. When they don't have possession, are they working hard enough to get back into the right spaces? Are they defending collectively? The answer is no.
Tan Tao. Mansare available. Tan Tao goes to the byline. Squares it back, and it's not put in. Wanda Lewis it was who was looking for the tap-in. Instead, Zamrun comes forward. Plum, Zamrun. Markkanen in the middle. But too much on that for Eero Markkanen. Wayudi's header. Tan Tai only finds Markkanen. Helps it over, looks for Rakhmat. Got to go the long way around Ho Tan Tai. Ho Tan Tai again does well. Doesn't get the decision he's after, but defended well enough. Australian Aaron George trying to launch a long throw in. Markkanen is in there. Lượt will be involved as well. Markkanen gets his head to the ball. Mansouré eventually cleared by Latantai. Asnawi. Markkanen. Wanted a foul, but isn't going to get one. Less than half an hour. A goal every 10 minutes is what's required. Clock. Not been as influential as he'd like, but Clock is making a forceful run and then misplaces the pass. Easily defended by Hotantai. Wanda Lewis. He thought he was taken out. Tien Lin thought he was taken out. Referee says neither was. Here's Markkanen. Rahmat. Rahmat. By Ali Rabo. Bloem. Trying to get something going, but maybe forcing the passes. Aaron Evans has to go back to start another move. Mark Clock. Abdul Rahman. Nice ball. Asnawi. Too close to the goalkeeper.
Well, as the game draws further, and it's so much positive that we're trying to give Makassar, as long as they don't score, they're going to run into a lot of problems, because I'm looking at a few players here who's already struggling. Wiljan is one of them. He's unable to do much besides, obviously he's a technical player. He played the ball to his feet. He perhaps can put some good passes. But right now what they need is a player who can do a work defensively and offensively. And Wiljan, I wonder if Kalisic is going to be bold enough to replace him.
Max is coming on. He'll just hold the central midfield that Trong Hoi has been doing. Vietnamese citizen now, Max.
Substitution for Vietnamese player number 23.
Trong Hoi has done a very, very useful role in the heart of midfield. Clock. Crowd doing their best to keep the atmosphere going for the home side. I keep saying home side. If you're a long, long way from your home ground, it is difficult to regard it as a home game. But they'll still keep coming through Asnawi. Zamran gets the better of Max, and then Zamran hoists it. He's looking for Rahmat. Good, strong defensive header from Tantai. I see exactly why you were so impressed with Tantai in the first leg. But this will come back from Benny Wayudi. And Benny looks for Markkanen, who is offside. I think it's rather inevitable that the goalkeeper will go down injured at some stage in this game. Hopefully, Ahmed Faisal doesn't fall for it. It's a straight jump by Markkanen. I don't see any foul there by Markkanen.
That's play acting. Goalkeeper will be completely fine. There you go. He's going to take a kick right now after showing the officials that his rib was hurt.
Ho Si Jap will be coming on for Tien Lin, who had that chance in the first half. When he was forced wide, he's been lively down the right-hand side. Young Vietnamese international, he certainly played his part. And I think as he goes off, he can consider the job is 3/4 done already for Binh Duong.
Absolutely instrumental. These runs, that's a trademark run. Not many has that in them modern day football, purely because it's not easy for you to cover that kind of space. But times he's run really well. His midfielders understands that run. I just thought on that last run he made, could have had a better first touch because he would have on true on goal.
Rather wasteful. His first involvement, Ho Si Jap. But he's a more defensive player than Tien Lin tends to be. Tien Lin does like to get forward. Ho Si Jap will get forward, but will need a little bit of encouragement to do so. Biljan out to Rahmat. Ayudi's floated cross. And the effort comes in from Miro Markkanen, who's beginning to get a little bit of joy, a little bit of service at last, coming for the big Finn. What he needs is, he might not be scoring directly from this kind of header, but if he can get players working off him.
But you do know that it's always difficult when someone loops the ball that high. It just makes it 10 times harder to try and get anything of that header, any kind of power towards goal.
Mansouré on Duck. Measured a shot and instead leaves it for Tan Tai. On Duck. Again, thinks about it. Goes out to Si Jap. Ho Tan Tai went for the near post. And it'll be a corner kick. Decent save from Rifki.
Yeah, crucial that he was not trying to be a bit clever. Thought his positioning was good, Rifki, because he was prepared. Never took a step to his right, because sometimes goalkeepers just try and predict if with that kind of space, where's the ball going to end? Far post, let's try and get there earlier. And Ho Tan Tai, a keen, consistent performance over the two legs.
Tan Tai just couldn't get the ball ahead of Rahmat, who defended well. Oh, Duck goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Duc Quang. The clock's... We are now into the final quarter of the game. It'll need a remarkable intervention now. If Beckham Binh Duong are going to be denied an ASEAN Zone final against Hanoi. Lovely turn from Mansouré. Mansouré! It's a whisker wide of Rifki's near post.
Well, this time, collecting the ball in number 9 area. What I like about him is he's got power. He collects the ball, he's already prepared to take on, to receive physical battles. Just a bit wide.
Markkanen went for the give and go with Rahmat. It'll be a free kick.
Chúng ta hãy cùng dành một ít phút quảng cáo cho nhà tài trợ fp88vn.com. Và nếu như các bạn vẫn còn đang loay hoay không biết sẽ đặt cược cho đội bóng của chúng ta ở đâu, thì hãy truy cập fp88vn.com. Đây là một trong những nhà cái uy tín hàng đầu và đang đứng top tại diễn đàn đặt cược châu Á Asian Bookie. Các bạn có thể yên tâm đặt cược tại đây. Hãy truy cập ngay fp88vn.com và đừng bỏ lỡ cơ hội.
Too much pace on it and easily gathered by Duc Quang. Nghi Junior, Cameroonian board, but now an Indonesian citizen, prepares to come on. There's not a discussion whether or not he'd actually start the game today. Little arm on the shoulder there from Viljamplium. Here's Mansoret. Pantau. He's getting forward a lot more. Looking to play in on Duck, and that will go out for a throw-in for Bindong, who lead by a goal to nil on the night, 2-0 on aggregate. ASEAN Zone semi-final of the AFC Cup 2019. Hanoi are the team who will wait in the ASEAN final. Wanda Lewis header in the first half, a wonderful header, first half injury time, as that is floated too long by Ho Tan Tai. Defensively very solid. Now both he and Tan Tao on the other side, and now begin to get forward a little bit more, the two fullbacks, Stanley Bernard Samuel.
Yeah, as long as Makassar did not get on the score sheet, they've got every right to actually go on and attack and build get another goal and just close any hopes that Makassar have. And they've done really well in the second half, I must say, Bing Duong. Because as much as they've tried to also increase, they've been pretty disciplined. They've let go a couple of times where Malcolm was at the end of those chances. But besides that, all the possession Makassar has had has not resulted in any good goal-scoring chances.
Rashid Bakri to come off. Guy Jr. is how he goes by. Ondua Guy Jr., full name. Out-and-out striker.
Replaced by player number 39, Guy Jr.
Abdul Rahman's header. All round, there just seems to be too much footballing know-how from the Vietnamese side, Stan. They seem to know what their game plan is. A little bit of nonsense there, Zamran and Mansoret. And Duck makes sure he gets right in the middle to make sure Victor Mansoret doesn't do anything he might regret. But Zamran reacted. Second time we've seen this kind of instant overreaction. So Mansoret's got a push. It's a bit of a kick. He pushes and Zamran reacts.
Well, I think firstly it was a kick from Asnawi. Really, really hard. Just trying to get man and ball. Zulham Zamran and Abdul Rahman getting involved. Bit of ill discipline from the Indonesian side. Well, just coming back to the Vietnamese, it's what you see at the national team as well. It's you always say it starts from the clubs and then it goes up to the national team. National team certainly have done really well in the past couple of years. It's coming along. You all started from Miura. He was the head coach, certainly gone long gone, and then Park Hong-seo now coming on. But I like what the Vietnamese sides offer in a football match.
Asnawi. Zulham Zamran pulls it back and own goal. A bizarre own goal. A bullet header. Ho Tan Tai has given Makassar a way back into this game.
Yeah, I think it comes from across. Just a little cutback here from Asnawi and then Zulham. Just trying to tread that ball towards that far post to Guy Jr. who's just come on. I wonder if Ho Tan Tai knew exactly where his bearings were. It looked like he was very confident that he was outside the goal mouth. And he's trying to header that right out for a corner kick. But then he's put that straight into the goal. Question marks all over. But I just feel that he's lost his bearings.
Một pha đánh đầu phản lưới nhà.
Well, it's given them something to hang on to. Guy Jr. Oh, and that one's put over the top from an almost identical position for the own goal. And that time, Markkanen can't keep it under the crossbar.
Well, if he's been efficient tonight, he's been prolific tonight. That's him on twice on the score sheet. This has to be on target, has to be with his height, with his prowess. He's got above Hotantai. Goalkeeper nowhere near the ball, then couldn't get above the ball. Got underneath the ball. Markkanen again not getting on target. Goal to play for at the moment. The way
certainly is 15 minutes, another goal, and we have got a real situation. All down to that own goal, which I'm sure will be replayed around.
Hậu vệ bên phía Indo tạt banh vô, tạt vô cầu thủ của Bình Dương đến đầu phá bên nhà.
Alidabo. Free kick.
Tổng tỷ số hai lượt đi về bây giờ là phải 2-1. 2-1 nghiêng về Bình Dương. Nếu mà tỷ số này giữ đến cuối trận thì Bình Dương thắng đi chung kết.
Mansoret. To Max. Loping figure in the heart of midfield, all left foot. Latantai switches it for Onduk, who's onside. Nguyen Onduk. Oh, there was plenty of power in that from Onduk. He too, though, couldn't keep it under the crossbar.
Oh, beautiful play here from Big Dong to work that way to Onduk. Takes beautifully on his chest, cushion it's down, sets it up, ball bouncing, always tempting.
Markkanen Setsky Jr. up for an opportunity. Junior's made a big difference since he came on. Mazy dribble, wins the throw-in. Junior, he's got Asnawi outside of him. Looks for Markkanen. Good power from Markkanen, but an excellent defensive header from Tan Long again. Ball's going to come in again. Markkanen again the target. That time it was Alidabo.
Các cầu thủ bên đội Philippines đang tạt banh vô. Tạt rất là nhiều nhằm để hòa.
Tantai second to the ball. Well, it really is a lifeline that they've been given, and they're working hard. Rahmat looks for Markkanen.
Rất nguy hiểm.
Junior. And Pyong couldn't get there. The pressure is relentless at the moment. Ball comes in again. Over Allen. Junior wide but offside. Zamron wide but offside.
Rất là may mắn khi mà tình huống nó đã không xuất vô. Gì?
There you go. Gaining advantage from the offside position. Trying to get back. Clear offside. Still misses it. Well, what has happened to this football match? I mean, we were just talking about how we like the Vietnamese side, a bit more discipline. It's gone a bit pear-shaped in the last few minutes. Obviously, a weird own goal. But then,
bây giờ là gần phút 80. Tỷ số trận đấu đang là 1-1 và tổng tỷ số sau 2 lượt trận là 2-1. Nếu mà giữ nguyên tỷ số này thì Bình Dương sẽ vô chung kết gặp Hà Nội FC.
Tantai, there by Abdul Rahman. There's still time here as Pyong picks out Markkanen, who, although he's not been able to get attempts on goal, has won a free kick here. Max
sẽ là một pha đá phạt rất là nguy hiểm cho các cầu thủ của bên câu lạc bộ PSM Makassar của Indonesia.
Anything from the side days, though, from the side these days, can count against you, but it's a free kick in a really good area. Junior is over this, so is Mark Clock.
Substitution for PSM Makassar. Player number 28,
And the experienced Ferdinand Sinaga comes on for Abdulrahman. It's a striker for a centre-back. Former international player Ferdinand Sinaga. Well, if they are going to go out, they're not going to go out wondering. They're going to go out giving it a real go. PSM Makassar.
Và đá phạt với khoảng cách cũng gần vòng 16m50. Tình huống rất là nguy hiểm. Góc sút rất là rộng.
Junior.
Bóng một xà.
After the big build-up. High wide and not so handsome.
Yeah, I think got underneath the ball. Technique was all over the place. Body was leaning back, always rising. At this 8 minutes plus extra time, it's going to be really interesting because that change now puts Makassar 100% offensive, taking on perhaps your strongest centre-back in Abdulrahman, putting on Ferdinand Sinaga, who spent a bit of time in Malaysia as well for Kelantan.
Shumeko comes on. Kyrgyzstani centre-back comes on for Nyan Onduk. We hold what we have, says Nyan Tansun. Extra defender will come on just to shore things up alongside Ali Rabo and Tan Long. I suspect they're going to go to 5 at the back. If the high ball's going to come into the penalty area, let's defend them in the penalty area. Tan Tai, the new captain. Wanda Lewis, whose goal separates the teams. Nicely played out wide. Tan Tai, whose headed equaliser was almost as good as the first goal from Wanda Lewis. Clock. Zamran. Junior. Rabo's been impressive, even if he has to do it with one boot.
Và để tạo gác lại những giây phút căng thẳng ở trong trận thi đấu này, chúng tôi xin được trân trọng giới thiệu đến các bạn fp88vn.com là trang nhà cái đến từ châu Âu, có kèo ăn cao nhất hiện nay và đang được đông đảo anh em hâm mộ bóng đá tại Việt Nam lựa chọn để tham gia. fp88vn.com đảm bảo uy tín cho anh em nạp và rút tiền trực tiếp qua thẻ ngân hàng chỉ trong vòng 5 đến 10 phút mà thôi.
Tỷ số bây giờ là 1-1. Tổng tỷ số của hai trận là 2-1 các bạn.
Draws the foul, and he'll be happy enough with that.
Yeah, again, whenever he faces the situation, he's never failed to try and take on players, and most times he's successful. It's that little power he has when he takes on players. You might know where he's going, you might know the direction that perhaps he's going to go. He's not really tricky, he's just really powerful, and he's very single-minded in his runs. I like what he brings to Binh Duong.
Shumeko is up there. So at the back post was Wanda Lewis. He had a great chance for a second header goal there. And Makassar frustrated as they try to take the quick goal kick. I never understand referees pulling back quick goal kicks. But he did here, as now he drives forward. All 11 Vietnamese shirts behind the ball. Junior. Hume. Rakhmat. He's hit his cross. Clock couldn't get there, but Wanda Lewis has got pace. Touch on the back of Aaron Evans, and a free kick has gone to Makassar.
I think he's got away with it. Clearly got away with it. Aaron Evans. Don't know how that was a foul.
Junior. Well, he's made a difference since he came on, but needs better crossing than Natki Junior. Zulum Zamrun wins a corner kick. 86 minutes on the clock. They need a goal.
Còn phản
Zulum Zamrun.
Gần 4 phút nữa kết thúc hiệp 1.
Just needs to measure this ball in. There's plenty of height
kết thúc
in the
hiệp 2
penalty
kết thúc trận đấu chứ.
Zulum's
Phản
ball
4 phút kết thúc nha.
second
Tỷ số
goal. It's
2. Tỷ số 2-1 các bạn ơi. Của đội Indonesia các bạn.
Yeah, Zulum Zamrun just putting in a cross just outside that 6-yard box. And who is picking up Aaron Evans? From the start of his run till the end, no one was in charge. You need leaders in organization. I thought there was 0 leaders. And that being Duong side in this corner. Well, that was great from
Tỷ số là 2-1 cho bên đội PSM Makassar. Tổng tỷ số bây giờ là 2-2. Tổng tỷ số sau 2 lượt trận đi và về là 2-2. Nhưng mà
Wanda Lewis. Wayudi clears. Markenham had a couple of big chances here on Markenham. Wiljan Plum. Clock. Trying to dictate the play. Asnawi.
Bây giờ là cái đội của Indo đang rất là hung tấn. Họ rất là tấn công rất là nhanh. Giờ khoảng chừng còn 8 phút nữa hết giờ. Ủa? Giờ bây giờ là phút 88. Còn khoảng 2 phút nữa. 1 phút mấy 2 phút nữa hết giờ.
Particularly if you're a Makassar fan, and how much time is going to be added on for this, in inverted commas, injury. Manhandled onto the stretcher by the Indonesian stretcher bearers.
Yeah, again, that's now we just finding it so easy 1v1, just with his pace, trying to put a ball through. I thought it was clever from him because Manny was thinking for a high ball, just stretch it on the ground.
Aaron Evans. Markkanen couldn't get there as now he blocked brilliantly by Ali Raupo. Needed a block. Clock can start things again. How much time to be added on? Haven't been that many injuries, but a lot of substitutions. That's late from Tantai. Junior. Plum. Switches out wide to Rakhmat. Rakhmat to the byline. Rakhmat pulls it back. Corner kick to Makassar.
Wow, phút 90 à. Hết giờ. Nghĩ sẽ có bao nhiêu phút bây giờ đây.
In the second half, 3 goals is what they are chasing as we go into injury time. Markkanen is there. Evans is there. Zamrun's corner. poured away from Junior. Mark clock. Back to Ayudi. They played basically a 1-2-7 formation for these last 10 minutes. A long ball, looks for Asnawi, finds Asnawi. Junior, Plum, squares it, but Mansouri was there, and a sliding tackle as the goalkeeper goes down injured. Yeah. Remarkable how many goalkeepers get cramp in Asia. Remarkable.
Well, I think the referee's gone to him to make sure he just continues, knowing it's play acting. It's a disease that needs to be eradicated from the game.
4 minutes of time added on, of which we played 90 seconds. Evans, whose goal has really given Makassar a glimmer of a hope. Rifki.
Nếu mà cái tỷ số này được giữ nguyên đến cuối trận thì Bình Dương sẽ vô. Bình Dương sẽ chung kết. Bởi vì Bình Dương có bàn thắng sân khách. Có nghĩa là chúng ta ghi được một bàn thắng sân khách. Còn cái lượt đi là chúng ta ăn 1-0. Nhưng mà đội Philippines không ghi được bàn nào. Về là cho dù mà đội Indo chứ. Về cho dù đội của Indo ăn 2-1 đi nữa thì mình vẫn vô, bởi vì mình có bàn thắng sân khách là bàn thắng trên sân của Indonesia nè, câu lạc bộ này nè.
Rakmat did well, and then he was bundled off the ball by Tantau.
I think it was a pull from Rakmat first, and then Tantau reacted.
So Evans in there. Junior's in there, Markelin's in there, Viljan's in there, Ferdinand Sinaga as Viljan Plum.
Nếu mà cái đội Philippines ghi thêm bàn thắng nữa thì Bình Dương sẽ bị lỗi. Còn nếu mà cái đội của đội Indo chứ, xin lỗi các bạn. Còn nếu mà cái câu lạc bộ PSM của Indonesia không ghi được thêm bàn thắng á, thì tỷ số cuối trận là 2-2, nhưng mà Bình Dương sẽ vô chung kết, bởi vì Bình Dương có bàn thắng sân khách.
I think it was just too much on it, where the idea was to target that far post area, but there was a line of 7 players crossing the near post right up to the far post thing. Viljan, he's been shattered since the 65th minute. Viljan's not put in any kind of work. He's just a player technically sound enough to go on about. But that's a tired player taking a free kick, and this is a goalkeeper who deserves to be yellow carded at the very least. I think referees to take charge, have a look at the treatment, and then when he gets up, it needs to be eradicated from the game. It's a disease in Southeast Asia, it happens a lot in Malaysian football as well.
Remarkable recovery. Into time added on, to time added on. Victor Mansouri drives to the byline. Mansouri can win it! Terrific save. Mansouri thought he'd won it.
Well, if there's one man deserves to be on the score sheet, it has to be Mansouri. And Bing Duong to go on trying with only a couple of seconds left. It's purely because of this man here is putting every single bit of his sweat, his work, to try and get his side through to the next round. What a performance.
Sắp hết giờ nha các bạn. Sau quả hợp phóng là hết giờ đó.
Goes really deep defensively is such crucial in defensive set pieces, offensive set piece as well. His runs, his power play. Oh, what a save there from Rifki.
Tantai and Mansouri just killing time in the corner. We're into the time added on for the phantom injury for the goalkeeper. And this just adds to the frustration for the home team. They were given a lifeline by a strange own goal. The 87th minute effort from Aaron Evans gave them the victory on the night.
Như vậy là trận đấu đã kết thúc. Tỷ số là 2-1 nghiêng về câu lạc bộ Indonesia, nhưng mà tổng tỷ số là 2-2. Tổng tỷ số 2-2 nhưng mà do là đội câu lạc bộ Bình Dương với bàn thắng trên sân khách nên là Bình Dương sẽ đi tiếp. Bình Dương sẽ đi tiếp về trận chung kết. Vậy là Bình Dương như chung kết các bạn.
But it's finished. PSM Makassar 2, Beckham X Bin Duong 1. Beckham X going through on the away goals rule.
Vậy là Bình Dương như chung kết đó nha. Chương trình trực tiếp của bóng đá hôm nay giữa câu lạc bộ PSM Indonesia và câu lạc bộ Beckham X Bình Dương của Việt Nam cũng kết thúc rồi. Chào tạm biệt quý bạn.